So my name is Tzvi. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Genio Innovation. I founded the company with a partner around in 2008. We raised $4 million for this innovation idea. And what Genio does is generate a personalized start page that, based on your behavioral activity, on your online behavioral activity. So it actually, every time you do anything on the web, on Facebook, Twitter, reading your news, catching up with friends, Genio monitor your activity, analyze it, and come up with conclusions about your topic of interest, for example, your intention at the specific moment, your attention is a long term of interest, and then it generates a personalized start page that's totally different from anything else because it's fully automatic. You never need to pre-configure anything, which is totally different. It's for the first time that software actually does something by itself without the need to get any explicit feedback from the user. And so this is the big part of Genio. The other thing is that it's actually the first behavioral software that it's fully private and it keeps your privacy by automatically disable itself every time that you browse to a private zone, such as your banking account, email, calendar, stuff like that. And by that, we do not have any server side, so we actually here to give you a better service as a user and not to the giant or the advertisers.
And how do you use this information as a user? For what purpose?
The idea is to help you as a user. That it's two kind of audience. As a simple and average user that have no idea what RSS feeds is or where to go to find information. So we catch up with trends in the world, and we catch up with what you do and help you save you time and help you with the searches that you usually do. And instead of acting this way as searching, try to discover stuff, Genio automatically will generate this page and help you out catching up with your friends and what's going on. And if you're the heavy user that really advanced and techy, that's dealing with a lot of information every day, as yourself, this is helping you out because, again, you don't need to configure a smart RSS feed in any way, and you don't need to opt in and opt out from sources. And it's helped you just by filtering the web based on your changing and dynamic area of interest. So it's good for both kind of audience.
I believe that brands would pay a fortune to get the data from the system.
Yeah, actually, as I said, I came from Microsoft dealing a lot with security, information security, and privacy. And when I found this company, I decided that it's about time that some company will develop something around behavioral targeting, but this time to give a better service to the user and instead of the giants or the advertisers. So we as a company don't have any access to this information. So it's all on your PC, securely and private for you.
Right. So you started the company 2 years ago. How did you come up with the idea?
Actually, that's a weird story. I came up late from some kind of party, and I was sitting next to the computer as I usually do before I'm going to sleep. I'm catching up with mails. I didn't have my iPhone back then, and so while I was doing that, I figured that it's kind of weird that I'm working with this PC for so long, a lot of hours every day, and the internet and Google knows so much about me, but the PC, which is my personal computer, has nothing. It just don't recognize what's my day-to-day habits, what I like to do every time I open the PC, and then I figured that it will be, I think, important to have some kind of software that will sit on the PC as part of it and will analyze and will my behavior and bring me a better service and a better intimate relationship with my computer. So that was where it came from.
All right. So you you're based in Israel. You raised $4 million.
Yes.
From VC or from angels.
From private angel, we came with a different model of raising money. Most of companies usually, or startup companies, I mean, go to VCs, and VCs many times they have their own agenda. Which could be a different agenda from the founder's agenda or the company itself. Many times the company or what's right to the company is to grow in one direction, and there's a different agenda to the VCs. And this is why we decided to have better control of the growth of the company and the strategy of the company, and we decided to go with private angels that have a lot of benefits of their skills. They all come from our own public and private companies, so they can share with me their experience about how to manage companies and make it bigger, and we have more flexibility. So this is nowadays, I think, more and more CEOs should understand that there's more options than going to VCs.
Yes.
And because VCs have less and less money to invest in new portfolios and new companies, so they relying usually on their own their portfolio that they already have.
So I assume that you use the money to develop the software. And what has been the adoption so far?
We're a B2B2C company, so we're not seeing ourselves as an online company. So we do not invest on advertising Genio and doing a lot of PR activities and stuff like that. Although we got a great coverage in the media, and we just won in the PC Award for the best productivity tool of 2010, one of 10 products. The way we do business, we actually white label Genio for bigger companies. For example, telco companies that would like to have a better relationship with their consumers and they don't really generate their own content. Other ways is companies that generate their money from search. We help them create a sticky place for the user, so the users will use the start page instead of just a blank search page. It will have some other value to the user, so user will keep their start page instead and using search more and other services that promoted through companies. So
it's a traditional software licensing model. Your clients they pay you a fee, yearly fee, monthly fee, perpetual fee for the software.
Both. We have different kind of model. For enterprises, for example, that would like to use Genio as their portal solution, it's a license-based. For software companies that would like to distribute Genio to generate more money from online, advertisement and search. So we do revenue share usually.
What's next for Genio?
So this is the big secret that you promised not to tell anyone. So no one listening, right? Okay. So this cable is not connected to anywhere, right? Okay.
We're not recording anything.
So actually next month we're going to launch the Mac version for Genio. A lot of journalists and opinion leaders and a lot of consumers always asking, what about Mac users? And up to now we've been focused on Windows only. And we decided it's about time to give some love and attention to the Mac users. So next month we're going to launch the first alpha version of Genio to Mac on Mac. So that's the big upcoming news.
Great, thank you. One more question. In terms of Israel being quite a small country, I know that a lot of entrepreneurs in Israel, when they think big, so when they start a company, they think globally. It's always in English. We want to conquer the world. So what are your expansion plans, and how did you address this? Being in Israel is quite remote, and targeting the African market, the rest of Europe.
Right. This is a great question, and we currently, just as a side note, we currently support 20 languages. So we do support for a wide distribution of Genio. But this is a good question because, I'm not sure if many interpreters would love to say this about their companies, that the weakness point of, versus the strength. You usually talk about the things that you are good at. I think that Israelis in general, they're really great in coming with innovative ideas and come up with speed, with make things fast and think out of the box. But I don't see a lot of success of making small companies really, really big companies. And it's I think it's time to be modest and just say, that we're good in innovation, and the idea and the goal for the company is to be able to lead it out to a bigger company so they can make my dream or Genio dream come true. Instead of fighting all by myself from Israel trying to conquer the world. And so I think as an Israeli company, we did a lot of research and developing, I think, really good and in-depth algorithm. And the next stage will be to distribute it to the audience, the right audience through partners. And the next stage, hopefully, will be to be able to be adopted by other bigger company, one of the giants, that can make Genio bigger and fulfill this dream.